Giveth thing. Okay. Welcome everybody. Let's get started real slow. Welcome to the governance call, 20th of Feb. Let's do some check-ins. Tell me how you're feeling, your focus this week, and your intentions for the call. I am feeling super hyped up for ETH Denver. OMG. Focus for the week is just that. ETH Denver, PFP collection, GiveFi, rewards, system, just helping out there with some things. And intention for the call is to facilitate and talk about AI. Wow. I'll pass it on to Franco.
Thank you, Mitch. Hello, everybody. I'm feeling so-so today, but yeah, my focus this week is going to be getting ready the first quant review this Friday. So getting some analytics ready for that, and intentions for the call is maybe talking a little bit about the forum post about the rewards distribution, and yeah, I'll pass it to Frashel.
Happy Monday, everyone. I'm feeling awesome, but my back hurts. Yeah. My focus for this week is to start doing payments and also work on the subscription expenses reimbursement. And intentions for this call is to listen, participate, and yeah, I'll pass it to Nicola.
Was it my name?
It was your name.
Was it? Yeah. Okay. Hello, guys. Happy Monday. I am feeling super tired. Like, not sure what was happening last night, but I'm here, fully present with you. My focus for this week is to close another round of verification, tweet about it, finalize organization around booth, ETH Denver, and yeah, I guess a lot more to go, but I'm still kind of getting into the flow. I'm gonna pass it to Corey.
Hey, thanks. I'm feeling pretty good, a little bit sore. I did a lot of exercise this weekend. My focus for the week is definitely got ETH Denver on my mind, making sure we've got everything prepped on the comm side for this, as well as anything left over with the quadratic funding fundraise and a couple other, and the PFP collection as well. So for this call specifically, I'm mainly just here to listen in, and yeah, I think that's it. Sorry, little slow start this morning. I will go ahead and pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Corey. GM, everyone. Feeling good this week. Focus is the PFP testing, PFP communication, and for the call is just enter that discussion on AI and sync for the rest of the topics. And I'll pass it to Monique.
Yeah, everybody, I'm feeling very good. Excited about the releases that we have this week. My intention is also release plan and preparing the backlog for the project discussions, etc. And I'm not distracted, and I'm here to think, engage myself in Gov's stuff and AI. And I pass it to Annie. How are you?
Hey, Monique. I'm good, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to see you, and I miss you. Yeah, I'm a little tired too. We are like in that final uphill climb of ultra peak season here, and it's extremely exciting and a wild ride right now. Our projects are getting a lot of attention, and I'm so grateful to Giveth for being able to point people over there with things. And this week, from this perspective, I've been looking at the forum posts and chiming in. The rewards DAO, sub DAOification is very exciting. Um, yeah, and also I have an assistant coming this right after Envision, and I'm super stoked because she's really skilled and it's going to help unravel the spaghetti of my brain and be more highly productive with all of this information and all these relationships. So happy to be here with you guys today, and I think I get to pass it to Lauren.
Thank you, Danny. I'm so happy to see you today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like a little like disoriented by getting on my computer so quickly after like it felt like forever time at Lovebird. And my intentions or my focus for the week is really like ETH Denver, planning and preparation for ETH Denver. I have a talk that I'm going to give, so I'm going to be working on slides. But then other than that, whatever comms we need to do, PFP collection, getting back on track and pushing forward with the quadratic funding, both like raising funds for the matching pool and also the quadratic funding integration on Giveth, that there's still that forum post up about. Hopefully I'll get a poll out this week as well. And yeah, my intentions for the call are just to like get back in the swing of things, and I'm interested in Mitch's chat GPT like AI bot stuff. And yeah, I guess I'll pass it to you, Griff. We're doing, is it too much? I can pass it to someone else.
No, it's
You're
okay.
unmuted. Focus for the week, intentions for the call. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Just like Lauren, just got back from like the burn, and it's coming back to default world is crazy, but the shower was amazing. And my focus this week is to survive. Had lots of travel and a lot going on, so I don't know. I think my focus this week is to figure out what I'm going to talk about at ETH Denver, honestly. And intentions for this call, yeah, just figure out what's going on and give input. I'll throw it over to, oh, Danny already went. Who else? How about Giant Kin?
Yeah. I'm feeling great. This call, I'm technically going to finish breakfast. Then listen in and try to sync. Focus of the week is I typed up twice the putting in something for the invoicing financing thing, and I decided not to, and then I decided to. So I'm still trying to decide if I want to put my hat in the ring for one of those positions. Other than that, I don't know who's next. Mitch, can you throw it to somebody?
Sorry, too many screens. Let's hear from Amin.
Hello, thank you. My intention is to talk about AI, and my plan for the week is to help on the development side, and our backend guys especially are helping the some general magic project. And yeah, my distraction is that I'm tired and I may have to leave sooner. That's it. I pass it to can you help me? Nicola, have you gone?
Nicola went, but we could pass it on to Heather.
Yay, thank you. I'm feeling so-so. My intentions for the week is ETH Denver, just tying up loose ends. And then my intention for this call is just to see what's going on in the forum and if anything needs to be up for a vote. And I will pass to Jake.
Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit mixed. I'm pretty hyped, excited to meet everybody at ETH Denver, but also not excited about what comes along with that, with the long ass trip and leaving my family here. So a little mixed bag, which also mixed bag on focus for the week. I have some fundraising stuff, partnership, donors, to outreach on some of that. Also leads me into intentions for the call, besides this really cool AI that everybody's mentioning and I want to be hearing more about. Interested to hear more about the Turkish earthquake, and I know there was talk at Monday would be kind of the final day for matching, and I want to see if that's still accurate or if we're going to extend that, et cetera, et cetera. And let's see, Claire, I don't think you've gone.
No, I didn't. Thanks, Jake. Hi, everyone. I'm feeling okay. I'm happy to be here. My focus for this week, I need to get in the forum and have a read and engage a bit more in there. Other than that, I've got some metrics reports. I want to begin analysis of the feedback from the project survey, the usual quantification for praise. And like everybody else, I want to hear about the chat GPT chat. I've got no distractions. And I'm going to hand over to, I think, Kai. Did you go?
I did not. Thanks, Claire. GM,
Nice one.
everyone. Nice. Yeah, let's talk about AI. Finally, only half a year later, but that's okay. Cool. I'm down. My plan for the week is to travel to beautiful Koh Samui while all of you get ready for nice ETH Denver, which I will miss once again. But it's cold there. I'd rather travel to the warm. I will be working from Koh Samui, so that will be fine, but just nicer. And so shoot me your things if you have any. Apart from that, yeah, I might also be like short on this call, but yeah, for sure the next half an hour I'll be here. Yeah, and I'm not that distracted. Just finishing my praise. Thanks for waiting, Franco. And who else has to go? Nick, did you go yet?
Oh, no, I haven't. Thank you. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm excited for everyone who's joining the ETH Denver. So my focus for this week is to continue with our Giveth Coda onboarding, and also some preparations for our calls for both GM and Giveth. Also buddy calls and helping out Frisha with some tasks. And my intention for this call is to remind everyone about our Giveth HR Town Hall after the Denver event, and also to gather everyone's availability. And yeah, I'm also excited to learn about Chat GPT. And yeah, no distractions, and I'm passing it back to you, Mitch.
I think we can still hear from Mo.
Yeah, I'm feeling very excited about the new homepage release this week, and my focus for this week is the projects, all issues regarding the projects and projects list, and here just for think and listen. That's it.
Okay, and I think Matteo.
Yeah, Mitch, thank you. Sorry I got late. Not distracted, coming from a very productive development call. We had many releases for this week, so that's really exciting. And yeah, just here to keep in sync. Happy to see you. I'll pass it back to you, Mitch.
Okay. Great. I think we got everybody here. And we will move on. So first thing I have here on the top of the agenda list, getting some AI plans for the DAO, adding to our subscriptions. I've been using GPT Pro and other things like GitHub Copilot, and they are amazing in terms of like speeding up productivity, debugging code, writing code. It's amazing. And Some of these things you can't get in parts of the world, like in the Middle East. So I'm wondering if there's interest in adding these to the DAO's subscription services for everyone to use, essentially. I brought it up at the dev call. There seemed to be a lot of very excited interest, and I'm wondering if anyone has a strong opinion against it or just something to add.
I would add in that Chat GPT is probably going to be very useful for comms as well. I haven't played around enough with it, but it's like really high on my list, and it's been recommended to me like many times for that purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a pro version. I'm pretty sure you can just get it set up with LastPass or something like that, and then everybody on the team can use it. Does
Even on
anybody?
the hiring, yeah.
Yes.
So my requirement, because you approached me, I can opt into the service for us as I always do. I would just like to have at least one of two things: either Griff saying yeah, let's do it, or because after all, at the moment he is footing the bill. At first, he is getting reimbursed by the DAO, as far as I know. So that would be the second thing. If we could have a soft poll, maybe we don't need one, but you just said there's maybe we should do it the other way around. If somebody is heavily against it, we should not do it. Otherwise, I think it's a great thing. And another thing is we should definitely have a powwow about it once we have it, because there are so many things and many interesting creative ideas we can follow and come up with.
How much even is it? I have no idea.
So
it's sorry, go ahead.
It's $20 a month for ChatGPT, and the GitHub Copilot corporate plan is also $20 a month
per person, I guess.
Well, I think the corporate one is for the whole organization.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems obvious. That seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, and the ChatGPT Pro is, I think it's per account.
Still seems like a no-brainer if people will use it. If you're not going to use it, then please don't make me pay for it. But use it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a soft poll somewhere, but unless somebody has a strong opinion not to do it, I think this is going to go through, to be honest.
I love ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. We could spend this whole call talking about how great it is, but I think let's just get it in there. Okay, great. Next thing I have on here, if we're good on that topic, just a little PSA, my own personal shill. We're testing the PFP collection. There's a poll in the All Devs channel, and I'm going to be setting this up for either tomorrow or Wednesday. So if you would like to come to a test party, you could find that poll and just let me know when you're available. Next thing I have here from Jake's check-in is the Earthquake QF update. The tentative deadline was Monday, and so maybe just figuring out what the next step is there. I know you're gone all week.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I need to talk to the guys and figure out what they're saying. I've asked and I haven't gotten responses. We'll see. You know, it's still 8:20 a.m. in Denver, so we'll see what they say today.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I did notice that Gnosis DAO's project, I think Jake, you told me this, that Gnosis DAO's project is no longer active. Does anyone have an update on that?
I think they joined with the Anka or one of the other ones. It was all going to the same address anyway.
Okay.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I read that somewhere.
I know Ash was looking into it to see exactly more. I don't know. she's not on the call right now, but she would maybe have a little bit more info on that.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding is that the Gnosis DAO fundraiser was just for 1 week because that's how long the ABAP wallet address was live for. I think it says something about it on their profile page. That's my understanding.
Okay. Okay. Great. So maybe we'll find out some more updates, but more importantly, figuring out what the next step is for the QF matching project. Moving on into the forum. What can or not the forum, the DAOs. Not a lot to say. There is nothing in the multi-sigs. Snapshot's good. Garden, there's nothing. I don't think there's any givebacks votes that we're missing, so I think we're all caught up in terms of voting. Moving on into the forum, there's this massive post. Well, it's not that big, but the implications are huge. I worked with Frischel and Claire last week to putting together an accounting and sub-DAOification plan. So Griff's been pushing this for a while, and we finally got around to drafting up a plan for it. You can check out the forum post here. Let me just drop it in. So essentially kicking off basically a model to be more fiscally responsible and accountable within our DAOs, within our circles, and eventually within our working groups. So the first phase here is going to be something that looks like circles accounting. So basically dividing up our circle, our DAO into circles, and having an accountant that will be able to set a soft budget for the circle to operate within. Tracking and reporting of how much working groups are spending, including how much working groups are spending on contributor costs. So kind of delegating some responsibility into the circles, starting to pay attention to how much we're spending, where we're spending it, and a system of monthly reporting to the DAO. So creating the role of a circle accountant, setting them up with the ability to create their circle finance reports. And the big thing, as Nico mentioned, would be setting up Coda within Giveth, which will give us an easy way to track contributor hours divided by working group. So a lot of it's there. There's not a ton of information, but there are some things to decide. This first phase, how long it's going to last, if everyone's cool with some of these really simple responsibilities to start with. A second phase might include, getting the KPIs or measurable goals for working groups, making the circles go on chain, so giving them their own proper sub-DAOs that function on chain, and then setting hard budgets for the circles that they have to operate within. Then after that, actually getting them to manage their own money and getting them to pay out contributors from the circles. And then in the last phase here, we would basically delegate this down onto the working groups from the circles to manage contributors, man their own budgets, and their own treasuries that they pay people out of. A lot of this stuff I took from looking at the way other DAOs work, notably Gitcoin and Shapeshift. And this could be a really smooth transition process to get us to our goal. So that's kind of the TLDR. I see Danny. Oh, she snuck in there 28 minutes ago. So take some time to read it. Let me know what you think. This is going to take a while. Does anybody have any questions or comments right off the bat here?
I do know Gitcoin's going to, I hope Gitcoin's going to change their governance system, so just thought there.
Yeah. Mostly I was looking at the Shapeshift model, but I know Gitcoin was doing something similar. Do you know why they're changing it? Was something not working or?
I think that they're going to try to move to product teams as product focused teams as opposed to circles
no.
around concepts.
Don't tell me, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
I know. I was waiting for it. Well, the cool thing is like between now and there, we have time to totally change our working group structure. So, but if there's appetite for it, we can make it happen. Okay. All right. Well, I'll take some time for you guys to read this. I'll probably put up a poll somewhere in here after we've gotten some advice. And probably after ETH Denver, we can start moving on this. Next thing I have here is, yes.
Well, kind of related to that, what's the story with Nucleus? Are we getting a credit card or what? Like.
I think Franco was working on that.
Yeah. So I posted the poll there in the forum. I didn't see much engaged, but I can continue on that. It's just a matter of like defining who we want on the multisig and just creating one. I guess so. So I'll just propose something like to create a team to manage the subscription cards, I guess. But yeah, I don't have a lot of experience creating multisigs and stuff, so I don't know how to get around that. But yeah, that can be done.
I mean, I should probably put this in the forum, but now it seems obvious that like this multisig should be the accountants from the other thread, and every circle should manage their subscriptions. I mean, there are some that are for everyone, but there are some specific ones as well.
So how do we move this forward then? We create a multi-sig?
Franco, I'll get you a multisig and you can apply immediately. We need that part.
Sorry, you'll create the multisig then?
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Cool. And then we should just like get volunteers or like pick some people or anyone who wants to like do it. So there'd be the signers for the transactions and like manage the funds. I don't know, like we need a wallet that will hold the USDC that's going to be used. So we need to like transfer some USDC into the multisig so that it can be managed and like transfer the money to the different cards.
Yes, all those details we will work out in time. So I think we should just move fast so we can apply, and we will increase security and deal with who needs to sign what in the process.
Okay.
Going forward with like handling the payments and setting up the system more.
Okay, I think the first step is just registering the DAO, and I think that it needs like a KYC thing that I can do it like with my passport. I don't see why not, like, and just once it's registered, then we can start creating the different cards and stuff.
Okay. Great. So it sounds like you guys can figure it out, and I'll make a note here to come back on this next week then, just to make sure. Sound good? Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing that up, Griff. Next thing, or last thing we got here before some PSAs, is the rewards distribution for praise. I'm going to give my voice a rest here and let Franco talk about this one.
Thank you, Mitch. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up like the issue that Ahmad brought up in the forum. I don't know if everybody read it, but he's basically saying that some of the portion of the rewards, if it's like possible to send it back to the praise organization, which is a separate organization now. And what I said there, like, I don't see a problem. Why not? We can like destine some of the funds to go back to praise so they can work on new features that can be added up to the praise system. And the second point, which also was, I think it's a valid point, that says since we are taking the model from the TEC that they were like destining some of the funds back to the quantifiers and to the reward board. And what he's saying is like, why are we sending funds to the reward board if they're already getting paid for it? Which personally, like, I'm willing to like not get rewarded by the rewards system if I'm already getting paid for that. But then I just saw that Danny brought up that she's now getting paid for that, and I didn't know that. So I don't know. That's a valid point as well. So I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this up.
Yeah. What I've done in the TC, for example, is I'm on the reward board, but I take my name off of the list, so I don't get that cut essentially because I'm already getting paid elsewhere. So then that would basically, you concentrate the funds more towards the people that aren't getting paid for the work via other means.
Okay, yeah, that's a good solution.
It's pretty easy. It's just a matter of managing that list of who gets paid from the reward board pool and taking some addresses out of it.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Thank you. Just, yeah, I don't know. I want to comment on that, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I think the only comment that I would add to that is if I'm making things difficult, let me know, but I like to think that I'm bringing another perspective of outside stakeholders to be considered.
Mm-hmm. On that point, maybe this is something a bit more contentious, but like a lot of the contributors or the quantifiers are contributors that are also getting paid, and so there's like something around there of it's like claiming the time you spent working for Giveth on quantifying praise every week. Should you be able to claim that if you're already getting paid out by the reward system? Like, oh, I worked 2 hours this week on praise quantification, and I'm going to charge Giveth for that.
Yeah.
Does that?
I think it's a good point of contention, Mitch. You always do that. Good job. And worth speaking to in the forum.
Yeah.
Double dipping is not a good thing. So decisions need to be made about where that gets allocated.
I feel like it's tough because they should, like, in the end, when you quantify, you're sacrificing your time, that you have other accountabilities, so it's nice to be like rewarded something for it, but being rewarded the same amount as someone who's not being paid at all is kind of crazy. And I feel like there should be, I think that basically if you're not being paid by Giveth for those hours, maybe the easier framing for it is that we give a huge bonus to people who are not paid, and then everyone else gets like a much smaller cut.
Yeah. So we can take the same model we have in the TEC, like you're saying, Griff, the bonus only philosophy of like non-contributors get like a fat bonus essentially, and then it normalizes that like contributors get a little bit less out of this, but still something. Normally I was applying this only to praise rewards, so that essentially you're not like double dipping in terms of being dish praise, but we can also apply it to to quantifiers just as easily if Franco thinks it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think. Sorry.
Yes. That's okay. There's just another interesting dynamic as I was analyzing praise recently, that people who are contributors also are being praised substantially as well. So someone like myself who's just taking this piece of doing that praise quantification, I also don't have a lot of praise because I only do a little thing. But I'm a big little thing.
Okay. I think we ran into the same issue in the TC and we like solved it on like albeit a smaller scale, but from what I've seen it seems to be working well. So if you want to check it out, I think it'll fix this issue. Anything else? Okay, I'll write this down in the forum. Okay. Great. We are moving on to the PSAs. Nico, what is this? HR Town Hall?
Yes, thank you, Mitch. We're planning to schedule a Giveth HR Town Hall. I already mentioned this previously during one of our calls, but just a reminder that we'd like to schedule this one and we haven't set up the date for this, and we're looking at the dates after the ETH Denver. So I send a message in the governance channel for a doodle link for everyone to check it out, and you can let us know what best time works for you. So I blocked the schedule that we have for our Giveth calls. So those are the available times that I'm seeing in the calendar, and you can also add your suggested agenda, FAQs, in the link that I also sent in the governance channel. So that's it for me. And yeah, for our buddy calls, yeah, just let me know again if you have upcoming buddy calls. So I know there's a few here who are who has to have their buddy calls. So please reach out to me and let me know when you'll be scheduling it this week or next week. So that's just it for me, Mitch.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Nico. Well, we're at the bottom. I don't know if there's any last minute topics. We've got about 20 minutes left here. Anything we didn't get around to talking about? I've got a spicy one. I was going to leave it for the Give Economy call, but we could talk about it now if you guys want. I see Lauren's head perking up. She's like, what? Give Economy? Guys, I was listening to Griff the other day rant about conviction voting and blah, blah, blah. And I've been working with the Karma team. Gardens is really hard to use because it's not really maintained anymore. It's running on Aragon, which is even older and even less maintained. And so I've been looking into some options, notably Tally, as a solution to migrate our gardens. So stop using gardens, migrate everything into Tally, and have that be our community treasury DAO thing. There's a lot of work involved, untangling the Give token wrapper, moving funds, allocating the Give stream there, comms, UI, everything. But the longer we use gardens, the more of a headache it will be.
Well, why not? Well, go ahead, Kai, you first.
No, sorry, just one question, because I read this newsletter that Aragon posted with the new year, where it was like, wow, this year there is so much stuff happening. So I just wonder if we're really like looking at that as well. Like, are you sure nothing will improve anymore on that front before we move?
It'll be totally different. It'll be something that's non-compatible with what we have now. Gardens isn't going to get more maintained anytime soon, so we'll have to migrate to something eventually.
What about the Aragon client? I mean, why can't we use just the DAO voting in like isn't Sem making a DAO voting app for Aragon that works with this version? And couldn't we use that without having to unwrap the Ggive and all that?
You're still going to run into the same issues. Like, then the only person that can maintain it is Sem, and it's running on old code. It's like there's so many UI issues or just like bad UI that probably won't get fixed.
I thought the Aragon client. I mean, the Aragon client is pretty solid, isn't it? Like, I don't know that there is that as much risk there as there would be like totally moving off of, man, like how do we unlock Ggive, it'll take a year.
I just have one perspective to inquire regarding this, and as we think about what to use for Giveth, I'm reminded of your recent post, Griff, and the long-term goal of the communities and projects being able to spin up. And I just think about how what Giveth is using now will be friendly for projects to be able to model off of that as a factor in deciding whether to stay or move to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Which really is a good sell for Snapshot, Pairwise, these kind of like off-chain voting solutions, which are much easier to use.
Well, that's what Tally is.
Tally is on chain with Compound, isn't it?
No, they have off-chain voting, on-chain execution. So it's like they integrate with the safes and the Zodiac modules and provide a better UI for it. And they're multi-chain.
Interesting.
So it gives on Optimism, for example, they can use their Give on Optimism to vote in a snapshot that releases funding for some community project and the token standards are much more up to date, like using ERC20 votes, allowing for delegation of votes a little bit more easy. There's some better features in there and just like a better user experience for people in our DAO.
But we would have to somehow unwrap the Ggive?
There would, yeah. I mean, it's like, is it even possible? Is it like, what's that imply?
I mean, the reason that we limited to the 1 year lockup is so that if we have to do something like this, we can. It'll take a year, but we can continually reduce the max lockup time if we want. But we have to have a really good reason. The other thing that we can do is we can upgrade the contracts, and I don't know if we can upgrade the Ggive unlock, but at least we can do something with it. There's probably something we can do. I don't know that we can upgrade around the unlock though. I think that that's part of the token contract and it's not upgradable. You could correct me if I'm wrong, Amin. Are you there, Amin?
Okay. All right. Well, something to think about here. Just putting it on our radar. People are complaining. They say, well, how do we get the analytics from your gardens thing? Nobody's managing the subgraph. There's no this and that, and it's like gardens fails all the time, throws weird errors. Aragon fails all the time because the nodes don't work very well.
I just, in the short run, can we move to a tally? Or sorry, can we move to snapshot?
Like a Zodiac thing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess to move money out of the garden, we can use DAO voting, right?
I mean, nothing is wrong with it now. Like, people can use conviction voting and it more or less works fine, you know? Like, I've heard the points, but like, it hasn't caused us any problems, but it's just like, because it's not maintained anymore, it will cause us more problems in the future.
Sorry, about the token, you want to transfer all GG balance to another token? Is it what you mean?
Is the vesting part upgradable? Like, let's say we want to change how our token works, can we end people's lockup time or not?
It's the give power is upgradable, but the give power is upgradable. We can, but it's complicated, you know.
But the lockup, is the lockup upgradable?
What mean your lockup?
Like, you know, when people lock their tokens and they can't transfer their GGive?
Yeah. So after, if they lock the token and they even can't transfer it, what does it mean? It doesn't make sense.
Well, it means that they couldn't unwrap, right? So if they if we, like, is the contract that basically stops people from unwrapping because they locked it and give power, is that something that we can change by upgrading the contracts or not?
Of course, we can change it. We can change the transfer. You know, every time you lock it, it keep accounting of how much you have locked, and also your GG balance. It has both, and you cannot unstake. You know, actually, what you stake, what you wrap actually is staked, and you cannot unstake more than what you have locked.
And
So
is that upgradable? Like, can we change that or not?
Yes, it's upgradable.
It is upgradable.
It's upgradable, but the business is the change that you want is not clear for me.
Just
because
to
you
know,
know the GGive is deployed by Aragon, sorry, by One Hive. GGive balance, GGive token, not us.
Let me talk to you, Amin, and give you a better idea of what we're talking about. I don't want to bog down all these like 20-some people and upgradable contracts and all that. But
yeah, you're right.
I'm putting it out there just because I'm starting to notice problems with the user experience with our DAOs, and we could come back around to this maybe on the Give Economy call with some better info. Okay. Great. That's all I have. If there's nothing else, we can end this call 10 minutes early. Sound great? Okay. All right. Well, then we'll follow up on a few things there. Reminder, Nucleus credit card, rewards distribution for praise. Leave me your feedback on Circles accounting, and hopefully we'll get some AI up in this Giveth. Thanks for coming, everybody. And we'll do this same time next week.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks,
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch.